My name is Lucy Skuse from Bristol Bears Women, and you're watching the Women's Rugby Show.
Hello, and welcome back to the Women's Rugby Show. I'm Sam Byther, and today I'm here at the Premier 15's semi-final at the Twickenham Stoop, with Harlequins Women taking on Wasps Ladies in this one. We're so excited to be here. There's fans back, and you can see in the background, and it should be a great game. These two teams this season have been shining lights in the league. So much exciting talent that we can't wait to see on this pitch today. Before we get into video and bring you some of the match action and some of the warm-ups as well, and post-match interviews, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the Women's Rugby Show on YouTube, and check us out across all social medias as well. Let's get into it. As you can see behind me, Wasps are warming up, and they're the visitors here today. And there's one big absence in their team, two really, with Meg Jones and Claudia McDonald both absent. There's also Abby Burton, the usual back row in 7-star, moving into the centres today. So that's a really exciting one and one to watch out for. But elsewhere they've got that really exciting back three, Celia Kwanzaa, Ellie Kildun and Abby Dow. So much pace, so much skill, so much ability. We can't wait to see it. But it's also up against Jess Breach on the Harlequin side, and we just know exactly what she can do. Ellie Green at 10 is going to keep them kicking up against Wasps' Flo Williams. So I think Quins may just have the upper hand. But if you watched us earlier this season, I actually predicted Wasps to go on to win the Premier 15's. So I'm going to stick with it. I'm not sure why. I just have that hunch, I have that feeling that they're still going to get this and they're going to get this over the line, win today and then win the final as well. What do you think? Let us know in the comments before you watch the video. But the most important thing about this one is that the fans are back in their women's rugby stadiums across the UK, here and at Shaunagh Stadium later today. It's really exciting to see. Obviously we had them in some grounds earlier in the season. We were there when Worcester had crowds against Gloucester Hartpury, but this is a bit different. It's a Premier 15 semi-final. It's two teams from London. It's two of the best teams in the league with some of the best players in the world. Obviously you've got the Rachel Burfords, Jess Breach, Ellie Green, in Jack's Just Quins, and then in Wasps we've got Ellie Kildun, Abby Dow, Maud Muir, so much exciting young talent as well as that experienced heads as well. I can't wait for this one. I'm sure the crowds are going to love it. I'm sure the crowds are going to bring so much atmosphere to the game. So let's get into that game action, and we'll see you after for some post-match reaction and also post-match interviews from both the winning and losing teams. How much fun was that playing back in front of crowds today?
I love it. I literally do it for the crowds. Even afterwards, it's like it's all about thanking them. Gutted that you can't go up and like get pictures, etc. But it's just nice to have them back. Even in terms of being on the pitch, when you're face down in a scrum or you've just been tackled, you don't know what's going on, but you can hear what's going on, and they make such a difference. And you know whose penalty it is. Sometimes you get confused, but it's just by who's making the noise. I love having the crowds back.
And how tough was that game out there after the Wasps brought it to you? How much?
Well, my body hurts right now, and it's probably going to hurt for the next 2 days. Hopefully not too much in terms of getting ready for next week, but they were the brutal side. That making meters up their forwards were, I'd say their forwards stepped up a lot today. They had a lot of leg drive, a lot of great carriers. Very impressive from Wasps today, but my body's going to hurt tomorrow.
Do you have any preference who you want to play next week now?
Oh, nah. No, just give us who you want. We'll play both of them. No, I'm joking. No preference. It's just hopefully a good game of rugby for them. So then it'll just be the ultimate game of rugby next week.
Perfect, cheers.
Hey, Shaunagh. Good game out there, but going through to the final, it's been so close 2 years in a row. How are you going to take it the one step further this year?
Third time lucky.
Yeah.
It's a new year. It's been a long time since there's been a final because of last year. We're like a new team. Hopefully, be pretty much full strength. Like, be thinking about Jess in terms of what she's done, and we'll be playing for her. We'll be playing for people who didn't get on today. We'll be playing for people who won't be able to play next week. Like, we'll be playing for other people, and that's what's important about the final. But yeah, really looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And from your point of view personally, obviously we don't know who you're going to be facing off against, but either way, we're looking forward to going out there and hitting it against a big pack.
Yeah, like, we had a good game today. Our forwards stepped up, and our forwards, like, we carried to the point you're like, oh no, please, no more. But you carry again because that's what you're told to do. Like, that's literally our job. Our job is to go into contact, protect the back, rock over, do all the stuff that the backs don't want to do. But as much as we might moan about it on pitch, when we come off afterwards, we're very proud of ourselves, proud of our whole team performance. So many things came off today. It was a lot better skill set. Our line-out was great. The scrum, we got a penalty out of it. They're very few and far between these days, but it's still very difficult. But yeah, proud of the whole team performance, and it's been a great week of training. People, like I say, who didn't either get onto the pitch, or people who didn't even make it onto the bench, like, we do it for them, we do it for everyone else.
Awesome, thanks.
You were in control of the game in the first half. Were you surprised how tough the second half was?
No, because as a Quins team, we kind of struggled to put two halves of rugby together. So I suggest it's a better performance from us in terms of the whole game. But that's what pressure does, and we want to be put under pressure. Like, we want to have to work for it. There's no chance of us, like, just, you almost don't want to run away with it because that's kind of the easy thing to do. But it showed us as a team, like you say, we were under a lot more pressure in the second half, and we still pulled through, still make the scores, and still got the points. And it's a great lead up into next week, no matter who it is.
And what does it mean for the team to make the final?
It's everything. It's everything until next Sunday, when winning will be everything. But it's what we train for. It's why we're here, and we've done as much as we can, put ourselves in the best place possible. And next week's going to be the one.
We're not too sure yet. She seems okay. I think first of all she had a outstanding game today, so just a bit gutted for her. But fingers crossed she'll pull through. I thought she took her tries there really well. That first try was a world-class finish. And yeah, look, we don't know too much at the moment, so we'll see what the medical staff will say over the next 48 hours.
I mean, I'll stick on her because I obviously happened to go to the corner there when your desire to kick Wasps out was there, but also that physicality. I just saw an edge from players like her. And Leanne Rai just really, really physical today. How much was that a focus this week?
Yeah, definitely. So we got loads of power in the team, so we need to maximise that, and we spoke about that in the week. And yeah, I thought Leanne today was also outstanding. She was probably a thought player of the match today. The way she controlled things for us, and some of her kicking game was outstanding at times to put Wasps under pressure, and we capitalised on that.
Outside of the individuals then, your assessment as a team performance?
First half, really pleased. I thought we nailed what we said we were going to go and do, and that put us in a great position to go and win the game, which we did. I felt the second half we went away from what we spoke about and allowed Wasp kind of back into it, but credit to come back and get that try and how we closed it out, but we could have made it easier for ourselves.
Big physical game today, obviously going to be a short week in terms of recovery and what have you. What do you need to polish to get it right for whoever you may play?
I think just making sure that, if I've no doubt the scoreline in the game next week will be tighter. So ensuring we stick to what we said, especially in the second half, as the pressure perhaps creeps on. We'll obviously see who we're playing. It's going to be Loughborough or Saracens, because we'll have to adapt a couple of things depending on who we're playing.
Do you want to play? Thank you. Do you want to beat Saracens? Deep down, come on, give us an honest answer.
Look, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't care. Like, whoever it is, we just got to focus on that and ourselves and go and do the job. So, look, I wouldn't be surprised if Loughborough won today. I think Saracens probably are the favourites, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Last one from me. How big a difference did it have today to have the crowd in?
Yeah, I mean, it's more about the players, and it's great for them to see their family and friends in the stands. We had to come down, because they've obviously not been involved in it all season, and it gives the girls an extra buzz here. And I think I must give praise to Harlequins as a club, the way they kind of put on the events. The girls are very lucky to be part of this club.
Congratulations.
Well, what an afternoon that was here at the Twickenham Stoop. Some game, a great advert for women's rugby, all in front of crowds as well. Harlequins were immense, their defence was outstanding to stop Wasps at numerous points in that first half, and Wasps were just pushing the line, and stopping Aberdeen and Ellie Kilburn is no mean feat. Wasps were impressive as well. They missing Meg Jones was a big loss, missing Claudia McDonald was an even bigger loss. At times they struggled to get that momentum, to get the ball wide to Abby Dow, the ball wide to Ellie Kilburn, Celia Kwanzaa on the wings as well. But it was a tough afternoon for them. Quins were very good, Sarah Becker was outstanding, and Rachel Burford was very good on the backline, a couple of deft passes, including an inside ball to Jess Breach, just like the one that Laggy Tawima gave as well in the opening period when Jess Breach just carved through the defence. I thought Wasps answered back very well for a couple of tries. Abby Dow's first goal where she was completely out of position, but she still managed to find her way over that try line, and also Andrea Stock in the second half as well when she just about pushed over, which got them back into it briefly, but Quins were just too strong. They held out. Obviously the main talking point is going to be from this is Jess Breach's injury. Post-match she was hobbling around on a crutch with a bit of ice on her ankle, so fingers crossed that isn't too serious. Obviously she got carried off after the try-saving tackle on Abby Dow, so who knows if she'll be back in the team next week. But what we do know is that Harlequins are in that final. They'll be taking on the winner of Loughborough against Lightning. By the time that you'll be watching this video, you'll be know who's in this final, but who knows, it could be one of the two. It seems like Shaunagh Brown doesn't have a preference. Like she said, she'll play both, even though she was joking. But fingers crossed we'll get a great final next week at Kingsholm. Thank you for watching this Women's Rugby Show video. I've been Sam, by the way. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us across all social medias as well. Cheers.
Hi, my name is Scarlett from Sale Sharks, and you've been watching the Women's Rugby Show.